the next thing I wanted to talk about is just some simple modifications that can be done in your home to help prevent falls in seniors. And there's a lot of different ways we can go about this, but I just kind of wanted to break it down into a few different areas of the home. And the first one is being bathrooms. So when it comes to the bathroom, of course, anti-slip mats are a really good idea. So placing those, of course, in the tub, but maybe on top of that, you're also going to be doing some stuff maybe just on the regular ground too. So of course in the tub, but maybe just the entire ground is one giant anti-slip mat. And I know some people who actually will get a lot of different rubber tread in their bathroom. That can happen too. It's going to be a little more costly that way. But of course, there's a lot of different ways to do it. On top of that, handrails are so crucial and a really easy hack that you can do to make less of a fall risk in your bathroom. So you can place some handrails on maybe the actual bathtub. Maybe you have some handrails kind of near the bathroom or the toilet, I should say. And all of those little things are just little gripping points that allows you to get into position better, get some stability and hold on to something. So you can, of course, reduce the risk of falls in that bathroom setting. There's a lot of really cool ones too that actually hook up or suction cup onto the wall. That's one aspect. Some are just straight up, they drill into the wall. So lots of different handrails you can get. And then another aspect too is raised toilet seats. So if you can't get down all the way onto the toilet, if you don't have enough strength, ideally we're going to try to be doing some squats to get your leg strength up. But you can also just simply get a raised toilet seat where literally it's going to boost you up a little bit. So it's going to make it a little easier for you to get off of the seat, which of course can reduce the risk of falling because you're not going to be rocking back and forth trying to get up out of that position. When it comes to your living room, limiting rugs and limiting clutter or other fall hazards is probably one of the biggest things. So just not having a bunch of stuff around. And this is going to maybe take some time where you have to kind of note like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that I had a rug that's really, really invasive and in the middle of my living room. I should probably get rid of that. I know myself personally when I'm thinking right now, I have a very large rug that's not just rug in or large in overall depth, but it's also large in the fact that it has a lot of raised edges. So that is a huge fall risk. And if I was somebody who was a little bit older, I would probably get rid of that rug all entirety because you're literally just asking to hurt yourself. So limiting clutter, limiting fall hazards, like those different things. When it comes to stairs, as we talked about with the bathroom, you can get some extra handrails actually on the stairs. You can add in a lift as well. I've been to some homes where they actually have, it's literally like a mini escalator. So these would be, of course, a little expensive, but basically you sit down in it and you click a button and it goes all the way up and all the way down. Of course, I would still hope that this individual is trying to be a little physically active and work their leg strength so they can someday hopefully even get up a few flight of stairs. But if you're not at that point right now, a lift might be a good option for you. And then of course, if you are in a situation where there's only a couple stairs, or if it's maybe outside, you might be able to add in a ramp. This is something that I've seen done at a lot of homes where basically they have a really long driveway and they have like a set of 3 staircases. So instead of using the stairs, they had a giant ramp built into their home. And these are actually relatively cheap when it comes to the accessibility that it offers, and definitely something that I would consider if you are in a permanent residence or considering living in a place for a really long time. When it comes to your bedroom, you could have a small step up to the side of your bed, so just a little step stool. They actually create some kind of very small staggered steps for this specific reason, where basically you can kind of climb up the stairs and kind of shimmy yourself up onto the bed. If you just look at Amazon of think like bedside stairs or something like that. It can give you a good idea. Also, a small side railing on the bed can kind of help you to hoist yourself up if you do need that, and lower yourself down into the bed as well. And then just make sure your bed's at an appropriate height. So you obviously don't want a bed that's super low, because once you try to get up in the morning, you're going to be at an increased fall risk. And then of course you don't want a bed that's super high, because you're going to be trying to hike up your hip and knee just to get up and over that bed, and then you might end up tumbling back down in that exact instance, or maybe just at some point in the night. So just make sure that it's a comfortable and appropriate height for yourself. And just some general tips when you're moving through your home: try to be slow and steady. Do your best in that regard, and then don't underestimate hazards. You might look at a piece of, let's say, mail on the ground, and you're like, oh, it's just mail, it doesn't weigh anything. And then 10 seconds later, you step on it, you slide on it, and then you might be on the ground. And I know this from personal example, and I'm somebody who's younger, so just keep in mind, if you are concerned about your balance, that that is an increased risk for you, simply because of all the other things that come with aging. Your vision goes down, your hearing goes down, usually some inactivity, and all those things culminate into having an increased fall risk. Go ahead and like the video so far if you're getting some value from this.